I think the Rams, no, take it back. I know the Rams are going to win on Sunday and go to the Super Bowl. The Rams are going to beat the New Orleans Saints. Write it down. This video will be shown next week to show how smart I am, but it's not being that smart. It's pretty obvious. They're a better team, a much better team than the one that lost to the Saints by 10 points earlier this year in New Orleans.
The one thing I keep saying is how surreal it is, just because, sometimes it's hard to just take the gravity of the situation because, like I said, guys are the same, week in and week out. And though there's a lot of excitement, I think that the focus has more taken over.
For one thing, they have not one running back, but two running backs, in Todd Gurley and C.J. Anderson.
It's allowed both of them to be fresher. If one guy has to play the whole game, that's a tough down. You could see where in games throughout the second half of the season where when Todd had to stay in there as long as he had to stay in there, he wasn't as effective because he was tired. And what this has allowed us to do is give both of them a rest and both of them a chance to play at the rest.
Still the freshest running back in the league right now.
They have Dante Fowler, who just showed up for his first game against New Orleans the first time they played. He's been around.
Brandon Cooks, me, there's a lot of other guys that's just been in these situations. And, they've been in the playoffs last year. They lost the first round. But, you could just tell this is what this team been fighting for since training camp started.
Dante was new with us last time he played. I think he's a lot more comfortable with the defense. He's made some big plays since he's been with us as more he learned and the more we were able to learn what he could do and how he could do it. So, we expect him to have a good game.
They had not one cornerback, but two cornerbacks, because Aqib Talib can play now along with Marcus Peters.
My first year in coaching was Aqib's rookie year in Tampa, so we were actually together and just watching his growth and maturation, and then you always knew he was going to be a great player.
He's our vet. That's the presence out there. He makes everyone comfortable. He gives us tips on, just in the Dallas game, he called something out, and I couldn't believe it. I had to believe it, but it went just exactly how he said it in the game. So, he knows everything. He's played in this league for a long time, so it's great to have him.
They're used to the Superdome noise now. They've been through that.
Definitely something that is an advantage for them if used correctly, but something that, we've dealt with and we've won in before. We've won in that type of atmosphere and something that we're ready to deal with accordingly and have prepped for all week.
They've been through a lot since they played the Saints, and they're a much better team now than lost to the Saints. And I'm not so sure the Saints are a better team than the one that beat the Rams. The Rams win this game because the Rams are a better team than they were when they played the Saints earlier this year, and they're the best team in the NFC, and they could be the best team in all of football. But the Rams are going to win this game, and they're going to go to the Super Bowl, mark my words.
Can you tell I'm excited? I don't know, man. I'm trying not to be too excited about it just because I know this is my opportunity. This is our opportunity. So I don't want to, last year, the thing was about this team, we were too young, in the playoffs and stuff. So really trying to act like we've been here before.
When the Rams do get to the Super Bowl in Atlanta, that'll be it. They'll be accepted as an LA resident. They still feel like guests a little bit to a lot of young fans here who don't remember the old Rams. But in their third year back, they get to the Super Bowl, they become right up there with the Lakers and the Dodgers and USC football. The Rams are right there in that pantheon, that Mount Rushmore of popular LA sports teams. And the fan base will surge and their popularity will be huge. They will finally, 3 years after coming home, they finally will actually be a home team.